Selecting high value targets. Okay, so obviously with anything that you're shooting for, there's like a myriad of things that you could actually go for when it comes to goals, missions, whatever you want to call it. But even though there's this bewildering amount of options, you just need to focus on the goals that are going to give you the most bang for your buck. So high value targets, the ones that you, if you hit them, they're the big ones that you really want to be hitting, because it's easy to get distracted with all these small things on the side that, yeah, they're cool to get done, but they're, in the long run, they're not what you want to be shooting for. Okay, so the exercise that you're doing for this one is called FITS. So I'll just walk you through the acronym. All right, so you're, with all the things you're shooting for, you're starting to ask yourself these questions to probe deeper into, well, is this a relevant target to even shoot for? Okay, so does the target fit your current skill set and that of your team or the people around you? How important is the target to overall success? T, is the timing right for going after this target? And S, is the target simple and clear? So when you start to use this process, it sort of will uncover like if the targets you're even aiming for or the goals you're shooting for, are they relevant? And maybe they were relevant before, but they're not relevant now. So I can give you an example of one that happened with me where I actually just dropped pursuing a goal because it just wasn't relevant anymore. So I began training with one of the other PTs in the gym who was a gymnast, and he was starting to teach us like advanced calisthenics, and one of my goals was to be able to do a muscle up. So a muscle up is when you're hanging from a bar and you pull yourself onto the bar, then you flip over and then you push yourself above it. So anyway, so I've been practicing this for ages, and what was happening was the way my week broke down was that I would train in the gym with this guy on a Wednesday morning, which was my day where I wasn't training any clients, and that was also the day that I was catching up on admin. So what was happening was I was starting to train with him at like say 9 o'clock in the morning, and then by the time I got out it was like 10:30, and then I'd get home, and then it just seemed to keep creating this like kind of knock-on effect into the rest of the day where I just wasn't getting the work done at home around like the business and other things that was actually more important to get those tasks done than it was to be training in the morning. And I was training like most of the other days, so I reached a point where I was like, okay, do I really need to be doing this? Do I really need to be able to do a muscle up when I could be using that time on the Wednesday morning to make sure I'm getting other more important tasks done? And once I kind of just sat down and just thought about it, I just realized that it wasn't relevant. It was a cool goal, but it wasn't a high value goal. Like it was actually distracting me from other things which were way more important around like running a business and all the rest of it. So that's just an example of me. So it's analyzing the goals that you're shooting for and going, okay, well, is this right for the moment? Is it the right target to shoot for?